This is a pencast on the production possibilities frontier. We're going to illustrate what an economy is capable of producing, that is, production possibilities. And we're going to describe the interpretation and significance of the slope. First, an example, production possibilities frontier. We're going to talk about two goods, hamburgers and hot dogs. Our production possibilities we're going to suppose is a bowed-out curve. This bowed-out curve points on the curve are points that this economy can produce if it uses all resources efficiently. An economy can also produce inside the curve. Inside the curve is possible, but not efficient. An economy might be inside the curve, for example, if it has unemployment, or if it's not using some resource such as labor, capital, or land efficiently, rather letting some of it not being used in production. Finally, it's impossible for an economy to be outside the curve. Outside the curve illustrates production quantities that are impossible to reach with existing numbers of resources and existing technology. Only if an economy were to grow would these points become part of a new production possibilities frontier. Now let me discuss the importance of the slope of the production possibilities frontier. We'll use our same example, PPF, with hamburgers and hot dogs. Now I'm going to make up some points on the PPF so we can calculate the slope. Let's first calculate the slope between points A and B. Going between A and B, we are producing 2 more hot dogs. To a total production of 4 hot dogs. The slope is equal to rise over run, which in this case means the change in the number of hamburgers divided by the change in the number of hot dogs. Moving from points A to B, the change in the number of burgers is 16 minus 18. The change in the number of hot dogs is 4 minus 2. This comes out to be negative 2 divided by positive 2, which is equal to negative 1. Let's now figure out the slope moving from point C to point D. Again, the slope is rise over run. In this case, this is equal to going from rise is from 8 minus 12. And run from point C to D is 8 minus 6. In this case, this is negative 4 divided by 2, which is negative 2. For production possibilities frontiers, the slope, if you ignore the negative sign, so the absolute value of the slope, if you will, is equal to the opportunity cost of the good that's on the horizontal axis. So in this case, it's the opportunity cost of hot dogs. What this means is when you're moving from point A to B, when you decide to produce the 4th hot dog, the opportunity cost of the 4th hot dog is equal to the slope at this point, if we ignore the negative sign, which is in this case 1 hamburger. This means to make the 4th hot dog, going from 3 hot dogs to 4 hot dogs, we have to give up 1 hamburger. The opportunity cost of the 8th hot dog, that we figured out when we moved from point C to point D, is equal to the slope between these two lines, which was 2. So the opportunity cost of the 8th hot dog is 2 hamburgers. To go from making 7 hot dogs to 8 hot dogs, we had to give up 2 hamburgers. You may realize from this last example that as we made more hot dogs, the opportunity cost increased. It began moving from points A to B. The opportunity cost of a hot dog was 1 hamburger. As we continued making more hot dogs, the opportunity cost of the 8th hot dog was 2 hamburgers. The changing slope of the production possibilities curve illustrates the law of increasing opportunity costs. Let's redraw our production possibilities frontier again. At very low levels of hamburger production, I'll call this BL, for burgers, low levels, we can see we're at a point on the production possibilities curve with a very flat slope. A flat slope means we have a small slope. That means we have low opportunity costs for hot dogs. If we continue making more hot dogs, this is low levels of hot dogs, H for hot dogs. If we continue making more hot dogs, we end up at a point farther to the right of our production possibilities frontier. And you can see we are at a steeper slope. The steeper slope indicates higher opportunity costs for hot dogs. Again, the slope of the PPF is equal to the opportunity cost of the good on the horizontal axis. In this case, hot dogs. The increasing slope, also illustrated by the bowed out shape, is what results in increasing opportunity costs. Which simply says, as you make more of a good, the opportunity cost goes up. And that concludes this pencast on Production Possibilities Frontiers.